All right, we'll call the meeting of the Committee on Public Safety, Judiciary, and Homeland Security to order at 11:02 a.m. Let's see here. I think we're using our tablets today, so we will mark present on them, please.
You have a quorum present.
Thank you. Next item, please.
B, chair's remarks.
I have none. Next item, please.
C, approve the June 10th, 2026 meeting minutes.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Wilson, supported by Commissioner Clemente to approve the June 10th meeting minutes. Please vote on your tablets.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Next item, please.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Next item.
Item 1 under new business, requesting commission approval of a 1-year grant agreement with the Michigan Department of State Police, Emergency Management and Homeland Security Division for the fiscal year 2025-26 Hazardous Materials Emergency Preparedness Planning Program.
Thank you. I think we might have Ahmed online to speak on this item.
Hi, my name is Brian Herman, the Senior Planner at Homeland Security. Ahmed's at a conference up north, but he was going to try and get in. But anyway, I can speak to the grant. It is the Homeland Security Grant for Hazardous Material and Emergency Preparedness. The county tracks any company that uses hazardous materials in their daily usage and storage. It is up to us to gather that information, report on the company, and forward that information to the state of Michigan for their tracking. And we also let every jurisdiction that has a company using these hazardous materials within their district, within their city or township, who has it, where it's located, and how much of the material they have. And this grant helps pay for the software to track that material and part of my salary to formalize these plans and contact the state of Michigan.
All right. Any commissioner questions on this item? Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I do have a couple questions. I know it was mentioned that there were approximately 500 plans, and I think it was mentioned in our report that 7 of these are new plans, and so they're priced at $250. So how many are we saying that the rest of those are considered updated plans that will be reimbursed at $30 per update?
100% correct. It's the new plans require a little bit more paperwork that we send to the state. But what we have to be careful of, what you need to know is the reimbursement is based on statewide numbers, so that the dollars that are in this grant, where they put a total dollar figure and then how much per plan, that number usually changes because Wayne County is the largest county, obviously, in the state, has the most reporting. There's a big pot that comes from FEMA, and once everybody reports, then they prorate the amount of plans that were submitted statewide. So the grant may say we get 13,000 or 17,000, whatever. And then once every county submits, the state of Michigan then sorts through all the data, sees that Wayne County submitted X number of plans, the rest of the counties submitted X number of plans, and then we usually get a larger portion. So it's not really a dollar for dollar, because we submit 500 plans, like you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And if you multiply and do the math, how many are new, how many are updated, that dollar figure will change based on statewide submission. And the county always benefits because in the past, we usually receive in excess of $20,000 that based on, again, once the state completes their polling of everybody that's out there, then at that point, they prorate the amount of plans that were submitted, the dollars that are available, and then they send out the awards.
Awesome. Thank you for that explanation. And one follow-up. So how many facilities do we have that typically submit plans?
There's several that have numerous sites, like Speedway Gas, some of the autos, that type of thing. I would say there are probably right around 300 different and separate and distinct companies per se. And then again, just based on like AT&T and Michigan Bell still even out there, that have several sites where they use batteries and or other hazardous materials. So there's several companies that have several sites, and then there's several that are just solo. So I would say a fair number is right around 300 separate and distinct companies that are using hazardous materials and report.
Very helpful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
And thank you, Commissioner. Any additional questions from commissioners on this item? All right, hearing none, we'll entertain a motion and support for this item. All right, we have a motion for approval of this item by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry, supported by Commissioner Wilson. Please vote on your tablets.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Moving to item 2, requesting commission approval of retroactive amendment 1 to a 2-year subaward agreement with Avalon Healing Center to provide victim advocacy work in partnership with the Wayne County Sexual Assault Kit Task Force.
All right, welcome, Tony.
Good morning through the chair. And good morning to all the members of the committee. I'm Tony Guerrero, Chief of Legislation, Grants and Community Relations for Prosecutor Kim Worthy. What you have before you, if I may proceed.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is asking for your approval of a 2-year subaward agreement between Wayne County and Avalon Healing Center. Avalon Healing Center used to be WC Safe. It was the Wayne County Sexual Assault Forensic Nurse Examiners, formerly known as WC Safe. This particular request is to approve $10,000 to extend the term by about a year. This would extend the term to September the 30th of 2026, whereas the original term was from October the 1st of 2023 through September 30th of 2025. I'm prepared to answer any questions you may have. This one, I just want to let you know that it took longer to get this before the committee because there was a number of confusions over the name and when it was changed, et cetera, et cetera. So I apologize for that, but again, I will answer any questions that any of the committee members have.
Thank you, Tony, for that tidbit of information. Any questions from commissioners? Commissioner Peterson Mayberry?
Thank you. Thank you, Tony. That was one question when I looked at the history, and there was a lot of exchange back and forth on some of those documents. So I was trying to make sure. But my other question was around one of the fiscal questions was around how much do we owe in terms of, I know this is retro, so how much do we owe outstanding? And AHC did not provide a invoice because they were awaiting the contract. Can you just talk through that and what that means?
We had no control over that, but they would not, the representatives of AHC, Avalon Healing Center, would not execute a document, not give us the information on what we owed unless the contract was signed. Well, we don't sign contracts without approval by the commission.
Absolutely.
It's pure and simple. So we went back and forth with them about this. You'll notice there's only $10,000 difference between before and now. I'm glad that you brought that up, Commissioner, because I want to make sure that you're all aware that there's funding left over from the last go around on this. This 10,000 it's projected to make sure that it pays all of our outstandings.
Okay.
They have, I can't tell you the exact amount, but there's about 100,000 that they have left over.
Wow.
That will be applied to these bills. Okay. We just want to move this one along, and I will say this just on a personal note. I don't interfere in this particular area, but I can guarantee you with what we went through here, I'm going to be looking at this to see if we're going to do an RFP.
And I'm glad you said that because when I look back, there's been some historical interaction. We've had done work with them before, but for them not to submit an invoice into the contract is sound, that is problematic.
We're not happy, and Madam Prosecutor's not happy, and
I bet.
I can only recommend to her, but this is not the kind of thing that she's probably going to turn me down on.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Commissioner, for that. Any additional Commissioner questions on this item? If not, I'll entertain a motion for this one.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We have a motion by Commissioner Wilson, supported by Commissioner Dobb for approval. Please vote on your tablets.
And through the chair, I'm staying put because I have the next one as
Yes,
well.
please do.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of a 3-year professional services contract with 1 2-year option to renew with U.S. Corrections LLC for extradition services for defendants who have left the area to avoid prosecution or are incarcerated elsewhere, and witnesses incarcerated elsewhere who are required to testify.
All right, Tony.
I'm Tony Guerrero, Chief of Legislation, Grants, and Community Relations for the Prosecutor's Office. I'm very happy to be here on this one because I just got done saying we need to do an RFP on the previous item. We did an RFP on this particular item. We had U.S. Corrections also had changed its name. It was Prisoner Transport Services, PTS. Now it's U.S. Corrections. We went out to bid on this. We followed all of the procurement guidelines. We were very, very happy to do that because it gave us the experience we needed with this particular procurement team that's there. Basically, we sent out, or it just baffles me, 818 direct solicitations, and we got 3 back. 2 of the 3 wound up being disqualified because they didn't have all the right answers to the questions. And on top of all of that, because of this small number of returns, we put it out on BidNet for 35 days to see if we can get somebody else to come along. I was involved actually in the process evaluation, so I can tell you there was no doubt U.S. Corrections was a company we'd had before, and the contract was being awarded to U.S. Corrections for having the best numbers there were. I can say this, they do a good job. I'm going to step off for just a minute to another area here, and that is the detectives in the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office always run things through me. That may be good, that may be bad, but the important thing here is they have checked this company out. They have used this company in the past. We've had a 10-year relationship with U.S. Corrections in its old name, Prisoner Transport Services. I'm pleased to say that they do a great job, but our detectives still come back to determine if it's more cost effective for our people to go and do an extradition versus contacting this company. So I just want you to know they're being fiscally responsible. And so far, I have to say that we have no complaints with U.S. Corrections. And with that, I'll keep quiet and answer any questions anyone may have.
Thank you, Tony. Commissioner Clementi.
So they do both ground and air pickup,
They do.
and they cover the whole United States.
That's the one thing that sets them apart from everybody else.
Okay, that's what I was reading, and I just kind of wanted to highlight that why they are the company we picked.
I can also give you a little more peace of mind. They have special vans that they use to transport these prisoners so that they are isolated. They can't do anything to the guards or the drivers, etc. They're very professional and know exactly what they're doing. But I'm glad that you asked the question, because what I really wanted to get across is we've dealt with this company for 10 years. Now it was time to go out for bid and find out if they were really the one. And they went through everything and shook out everybody else. So we're satisfied with this particular contract. And They didn't say they weren't gonna do anything until we signed the contract.
Yeah, that's
I'm
a little
sorry,
bit of a
but
red
that,
flag.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
strikes me as so funny.
But I think this shows why sometimes we do need to kind of go out
Yeah.
to bid and see what's out there just to make sure we're getting the best. So thank you very much. Thanks, Mr. Chair.
Absolutely. Thank you, Commissioner. Any additional commissioner comments? Just to kind of go off of what the commissioner mentioned, it's always good to go out for bid, and if our contractors have a problem with going out for bid, then that's a red flag.
That
for
is
sure.
a key red flag,
So-
Commissioner, no doubt.
Anything additional on this item? All right, I'll entertain a motion in support for this item. All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry, seconded by Commissioner Clementi for approval. Please vote on your tablets. All right,
Motion carried.
Thank you very much.
thank you, Tony.
Right.
All right, next item, please.
Item 4, presentation has been postponed. Moving to F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
Not aware of any. Next item, please.
G, public comments.
Great, we are now at the public comments portion of our meeting. If there's anyone online for Zoom that would like to make public comment to the committee today, please unmute and do so at this time. Any emails received?
There are no emails.
All right, anyone in the chamber who would like to make public comment to the committee today, please come up to the table and do so at this time. All forms of public comment methods, once, twice. Public comments are now closed. Next item, please.
Adjournment.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Wilson, supported by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry for adjournment. We are now adjourned at 11:19.